If I can figure it out, then you too can figure it out. With simple motive, let's move toward the next discussion on hypersensitivity reaction type 3. Okay, talking about hypersensitivity reaction type 3, it is also called immune complex disease. Okay, what it is called? It is also called immune complex disease. Complex disease. Okay. Now let's begin the discussion. Let's talk about the pathogenicity of hypersensitivity type 3 reaction. Okay, here is the figure that we have taken from Robbins 10th edition. Now before getting into it, let's draw our one flow chart of how the pathogenicity takes place here. Okay, now initially what is occurring is we have got antigen, and this is the antigen, and it has successfully entered in our body. As it has entered in our body, now it will cause the activation of immune system, and that will lead to the formation of what? Antibody. And the antibody that are produced here are IgG and IgM. As there will be the production of antibody, now these antibody will react with, or will form the cross link with antigen, and they will form what? They will form antigen antibody complexes. Okay, antigen antibody complexes. Okay, this is our antigen. If this is our antigen, then this is our antigen. This is our antibody. Okay, now it will form antigen antibody complexes. If you recall the discussions that we had in type 2 hypersensitivity reaction, then we'll find that there also we had antigen antibody complex, but there the antigen that we had, or that we were dealing with, were what? Fixed to tissues. Fixed to tissues, right? There the antigen were fixed to tissues, but here these antigens are free. These are mobile antigen. Since these are mobile antigen, it will cause these antigen antibody complexes to move into circulation. That means they will go into circulation, and as they go into circulation, they reach different organ of human body, and they get deposited in those organs. That means what is the next process? The next process is they get what? They get deposited in several organs. And what are these several organs? The several organs are lymph node, right? These are lymph node. These are kidney. These are skins. These are blood vessels. Okay, they get deposited in these organs. As they get deposited in these organs, they will cause tissue destruction. What they will cause? They will cause tissue damage. What I said is tissue damage. How they will cause tissue damage? They will cause tissue damage through various procedures, such as they can cause tissue damage by endothelial damage. What I said is endothelial damage. Now as there will be endothelial damage, what will happen is there will be result in formation of thrombus. That means thrombus will be formed, right? And as thrombus will be formed, there can be a condition of ischemia, right? There can be condition of ischemia in small blood vessels. That means ischemia, ischemia, right? This was one condition. And another way for tissue damage is complement activation. What I said is complement activation. Okay, what this complement activation does? This complement activation produces several chemical mediators, and these chemical mediators will be responsible for what? These will be responsible for increasing inflammation. Okay, this is how the tissue damage takes place, right? Okay, now we can say that these all are the part of clinical manifestation. Okay, on the clinical manifestation, okay, we'll talk about that thing later on, but here this is what the pathogenicity of type 3 hypersensitivity looks like. Okay, now if we just want to make ourselves more clear, then we need to know that in pathogenicity of hypersensitivity type 3 reaction, there are 3 phases. Okay, now these phases, the first one is, okay, there are how many phases? 3 phases. Okay, this is our total pathogenicity, right? This is our total pathogenicity. Okay, let it be like this. This is our total pathogenicity. The pathogenicity from the entry of antigen into the body to the clinical manifestation, it takes about around 10 to 14 days. It takes around 10 to 14 days. Now what is the first phase? The first phase is antigen antibody complex formation. This is the first phase, and this first phase takes place around 5 days after the entry of antigen. 5 days, around 5 days. Now what is the next phase? The next phase is deposition of complexes in several organs. This is the next phase. And what is the final phase? The final phase is clinical manifestation. This is the final phase. Okay, we need to know about these things, right? Okay, well knowing about this thing, okay, well knowing about different time period, the thing that we should relate and study is, we need here the time duration for clinical manifestation is about 10 to 14 days, but in type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, the time period was what? Within minutes. There we were finding what? Immediate response, right? Duration of antibody type 1. Okay, now as we have already brought up the discussion for type 1, now let us see what is the difference between type 1 and type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, in type 1 in hypersensitivity reaction, type 1 in type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, there were immediate onset of clinical manifestation. It wasn't taking 10 to 14 days. Immediate, there was what? There was immediate onset of clinical manifestations. And another thing there was is in type 1 hypersensitivity reactions, there the antibody that were taking part is IgE. The antibody that were taking part is IgE. But in the case of what? In the case of type 2 and type 3, the antibody that are taking part are, what are the antibodies? They are type 2, sorry, the antibodies are, what are they? IgM and IgM. These are the antibody. Okay, now when we push our limitation a bit further in clinical manifestation, there is one important point that we need to note down. The important point is, as there will be activation of complement system, as there will be activation of complement system, okay, this activation of complement system will cause decrease in serum C3 level. Now why it is important? This decrease in serum C3 level will indicate, what it will indicate is, it will indicate that the immune complex disease is in active form. That means decrease in serum C3 level means it shows that there is what? Active, indicates, okay, active phase of what? Immune disease complex, right? This immune disease complex, we have already said that this immune disease complex is called what? Hypersensitivity reaction type 3, and the active phase is going on. We can what? Conclude this thing. Now as we have learned a bit about these things, let us see toward the diagram that we need to know. Okay, here initially we can see this is B cell, right? This is the B cell. This B cell is converted into plasma cells, right? But these plasma cells will be converted into active form, and the active form are plasma cells. These plasma cells, what they will do is they will produce antibodies, and these antibody will form complexes with antigen. You can see here antigen in circulation, right? Okay, here there is the phase 1 antigen antibody complex formation. That's all. Now what it will do is, these antigen antibody complexes, they will go into circulation. They will keep circulating. As they will keep circulating, they will reach different organ of body and they will be deposited there. You can see right here, this is the neutrophil, and here you can see that these antigen antibody complexes are being deposited here in this organ. Now this is the deposition, and what is this phase? This is phase second. That's right. Now after the deposition, you can see that these antigen antibody complex will start producing destruction. You can see here vasculitis, neutrophil lysosomal enzymes, platelet aggregations at the site where they are deposited. That's all. And this is the final stage, and this is what? Clinical manifestation, or you can say tissue damage. That's all. Now what is the point that we have still not discussed? The important point that we have still not discussed is we haven't discussed about the example of disorders that will happen with the process of hypersensitivity type 3 reaction. Okay, what are the examples? Okay, examples of hypersensitivity type 3 reactions. Talking about examples, we will memorize them with simple one acronym. And what is that acronym? The acronym is SHARP, SHARP. From S we have serum sickness. What I said is, okay, what is this? No. From S we have serum sickness. Now what is this serum sickness? Serum sickness, it is associated with passive immunization. What I said is, it is associated with passive immunization, right? And what is this passive immunization? This passive immunization is the condition, it is the immunization process in which antibody are taken from animal source, right? Antibody are taken from animal source, and as the antibody are taken from animal source, for example, we can take example as anti-tetanus, right? This will result in activation of immune system in recipient, and that will result the serum sickness. Okay, this was it about what? About serum sickness. And talking about another condition, the another condition is, okay, from S we have got another example, and that is SLE, right? We have got systemic lupus erythematosus. We have got SLE also. From H we have got HENOCH, 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 SCHONLEIN, Schölien, HENOCH Schölien, HENOCH Schölien purpura. And what is this? This is a pediatric vascular disorder, right? This is pediatric vascular disorder. And talking from A, we have got Orthus reaction, ARTHUS, Orthus reaction. What is this Orthus reaction? The Orthus reaction is experimental situation in which we find blood vessel injury, right? And this is due to immune responses, immune complexes. Okay, this was about Orthus reaction. And talking about R, the R is the reactive arthritis. Reactive arthritis. Okay, now from P we have post streptococcal glomerulonephritis. What I said is post streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Okay, from word it is clear, post streptococcal glomerulonephritis, that means it is the condition after streptococcal infection. Post streptococcal, it is the condition after streptococcal infection in which we will find what? We will find damage to kidneys, will develop what? Kidney problems, and that is what it is, the glomerulonephritis. And another from P is, we have got PAN. And what is this PAN? This is polyarthritis nodosa. And these are the example of what? The example in which we can find hypersensitivity type 3 reaction. Okay, and we have discussed this diagram also, and this is all about hypersensitivity type 3 reaction. That's all.